Now, a book titled The Sri Lanka Rich List was launched in Colombo yesterday.
The book, authored by journalist Faraj Shaukat Ali, is on Sri Lanka's richest citizens.
The rich list super 15 billionaires are collectively worth $2.3 trillion. Sri Lanka is well on its way to greatness. Of the 51 billionaires and the 175 millionaires, we see a clear pattern of transparency and accountability. All these men and women have taken risks and played their own dynamic role in the kaleidoscopic history of this country.
Many rich people are not all that keen to show off their riches, particularly in a country which has experienced a difficult period and now coming into a new phase. We need people who can contribute greatly to the country, and those who can contribute most are the ones who can create wealth, ones who can give jobs, so that we can have a set of people who can be the people who can bring additional wealth to our country and show the world that Sri Lanka has also arrived.
Harbour Master Captain Ravindra Javikrama states that ships that arrive in Sri Lanka do not purchase large quantities of supplies as the prices of goods are expensive. He made this statement during a function held in Colombo yesterday.
The 38th annual general meeting of the Sri Lanka Ship Supply Association was held in Colombo yesterday. The chief guest at the occasion was Harbour Master Captain Ravindra Javikrama.
It is high time we had this common bond. Things are very expensive here in Colombo. Very few ships buy large quantities of supplies in Colombo, or for that matter in Sri Lanka. Why? The costs are too high. We pay taxes on everything. Whereas in most ports, I would say, ship chandling business is a tax-free business. This year in the budget speech, His Excellency the President gave a lot of concessions to the shipping industry. Why did he give these things? Because those associations went and lobbied for their cause. So it's high time, hopefully in budget 2015, the business of ship chandling will also be highlighted and concessions granted.
News. UMP leader Ranil Wickremesinghe addressed a Balamandala meeting of the Dehiwala Mount Lamania electorate today.
By proposing that power should be handed over to a leadership council, I was looking at handing over my responsibilities in the working committee to the council. One person was unable to do it, but there were a few who were interested. Therefore, we spoke extensively about this in October and November. Some said the leader should leave, and I said I'm ready to leave if someone else can take over. Even that is not a problem.
Deputy Minister of External Affairs Neoma Pereira notes that the opposition is not utilising the time allocated in Parliament to criticise the budget.
Yes, he made this statement at a function held in the Chilao area yesterday.
දෝෂාරෝපණ අයවැය ගැන ප්‍රකාශ කළත් විපක්ෂය අද පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ නැහැ කතා කරන්න. එයාට දෙන වෙලාව
They level various allegations about the budget, but they aren't even there in Parliament to debate about it. The people are saddened by the fact that they are not utilising the time allocated for them. They have failed to talk about the proposals that the country needs and the proposals that it doesn't need. The media has taken up the role of the opposition. It is the media that directs the government to rectify its mistakes. Since the media is taking such steps to correct the government, it is able to move forward with strength. Today our country does not have an opposition.
Now, convening a media briefing yesterday, Southern Provincial Councillor Maitri Gunaratna commented on the leadership of the United National Party.
කරු ජයසූරිය මහත්මයා වැදගත් යෝජනාවක් ගෙනල්ලා තියෙනවා. පොදු අපේක්ෂකයෙක්
Karu Jayasuriya has brought forth an important proposal to field a common candidate from the opposition for the next presidential election. However, as the largest opposition party in the country and also as the largest party in the country, the United National Party must find a person from the party who can win 90% of the votes. Since there is no faith in Ranil Wickremesinghe, the party has been in the opposition for 18 years. Leave aside being in the opposition, our problem is that the only candidate who can be fielded from the opposition is also being undermined.
A meeting organized by the Democratic Party was held in Kudaligama in Bulat Sinhala yesterday.
The meeting was held under the auspices of the leader of the Democratic Party, Sarath Fonseca. The country has fallen into a state where a child cannot be enrolled at a school if one is not an important person, and where a hospital bed cannot be found when one is hospitalized. That is the plight of the country. Concrete or tar will not be laid on the road if there is no politician in the area. This is due to corrupt politics. Our politicians have personal agendas. What happened when the budget was presented recently? The government taxed everything. If you have 100 rupees, at least 70 rupees from that amount will be pocketed by the government. A large portion of this money goes into their pockets. Taxes have been imposed on dal, sprouts, onions and spices. The government has rendered all of you helpless. The new Democratic Party Coordination and Operation Office of the Bulat Sinhala electorate was declared open by the leader of the Democratic Party, Sarath Fonseca.
The Department of Meteorology states that the low pressure zone of the Bay of Bengal has developed into a tropical cyclone. The Met Department says that the cyclone named Madi is travelling away from the island and is presently 450 kilometers northeast of the coast of Jaffna.
The tropical cyclone in the Bay of Bengal, Madi, is located about 450 kilometers to the northeast of Jaffna. It is slowly moving away from the Sri Lanka, but under the influence of the system, windy conditions are expected to continue over the country and over the sea areas around the country. Showery weather over the northern and eastern parts will be reduced by tomorrow. However, showers or thundershowers will occur at times in the northern, north central, eastern and northwestern provinces. Thundershowers will develop at a few places in southern and Ua provinces, particularly during the afternoon or night.
Earth slips triggered by the inclement weather disrupted vehicular movement in a veladar the area on the Theldenia Godamuna Road in Kandy.
Paul. Around
400 to 500 families use this route on a daily basis, and among them are school children. This is the only road for the area residents. This road was renovated recently, but due to heavy showers last night, earth slips had occurred in certain locations. The Divisional Secretary of Madhumbara says that renovation work on the road have been handed over to the Road Development Authority.
And it's time now for the newspaper cartoon of the day.
You're watching Newsfirst.
We'll be back after a short break. And in your sports news today, Sri Lanka were defeated 48-60 by Papua New Guinea in the Six Nations Netball Championships in Singapore today. Sri Lanka were placed fourth following their defeat. Now, meanwhile, the Sri Lankan cricket team left the island for a series against Pakistan in the United Arab Emirates. Members of the Sri Lankan team engaged in religious observances at the Sri Lanka cricket headquarters in Colombo prior to their departure. The series against Pakistan includes 2 T20 internationals, 5 one-day internationals and 3 test matches. The tour will commence a T20 international tournament in Dubai on Wednesday.
And that's a wrap of your primetime news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Nicola D'Zoiza.
And I'm Madhushka Balasuriya. Take care and good night.
Newsfirst at 9.
Hotline 0114